You were never losing money. That might sound a little strange, maybe even wrong. But stick with me for a few minutes because we're about to completely flip the script on how you think about loss. And if you let it, this will change your trading forever.
All right, first up, let's talk about that story we all tell ourselves when a trade goes south. That idea that the market took our money. We're going to really dig into that narrative and, well, we're going to tear it down.
Let's just start with a basic truth, something every single one of us here knows. You've been there. You've seen that position turn against you, watch the red numbers get bigger and bigger on the screen. It's just part of the game. Maybe it was a small sting, maybe it was a full-on gut punch, but you felt it.
And what happens in that moment of pain? The first thing your brain does, like a heat-seeking missile, is look for a reason, for an enemy. You blame the broker, right? Or that surprise news headline. Maybe it was market manipulation, or that guru who sold you on a can't-miss signal. We've all done it. It's just a natural defense mechanism.
But here it is. This is the uncomfortable truth we have to face head-on. The market isn't a thief. It doesn't break into your account and steal your cash. It's just a place, a venue. Your money moved because of a decision you made. You clicked the button. You handed it over. And until you truly, honestly understand why you made that decision, guess what? The pattern is just going to repeat over and over again.
So why? Why do we do this? Why do we hand over the money and then immediately point the finger somewhere else? Look, it's not some personal flaw. It's actually a psychological default. And to understand it, and more importantly, to fix it, we need to talk about a powerful concept called the locus of control.
So what on earth is locus of control? It sounds kind of academic, but it's actually super simple. It all boils down to where you believe the power in your life is. Do you think you're the one driving the car? Or are you just a passenger, subject to whatever the world throws at you?
Yeah, this slide lays it out perfectly. An internal locus means you truly believe your choices, your mindset, your actions, they shape your results. An external locus, that's believing that luck, other people, or just the system is what really decides what happens to you. And here's the kicker. Most traders, without even knowing it, are running on a deeply rooted external locus of control.
And look, this isn't just some feel-good, motivational poster stuff. This is proven. We have research going all the way back to the 1960s showing this. People with a strong internal locus of control don't just feel better, they literally get better results, financially, professionally, even with their health. It's a real, measurable edge.
This quote right here, this is the mental shift we've been building towards. You have to stop seeing the market as a battlefield you have to conquer. It's not your enemy, it's a mirror. And when the pressure is on, that mirror is brutally honest. It shows you everything, your fear, your greed, your discipline, or your complete lack of it.
Okay, so if the market is just a mirror, what do you do when you don't like what you see? You know, when the reflection is ugly. For that, we can actually turn to some ancient wisdom that is shockingly perfect for modern traders. Let's talk about a Stoic view of loss.
You've got Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, figuring this stuff out thousands of years ago. A losing trade is just an event. It happened. It's neutral. The number on your screen went down. That's it. All the pain, the anger, the feeling of failure, none of that comes from the event itself. It all comes from the story you immediately start telling yourself about the event.
The Stoics even had a specific word for this emotional gut punch, pathe. It's that turmoil we feel, and they argued it's always caused by a false judgment. For us, in trading, the false judgment is believing that one loss says something negative about who we are, about our intelligence, or our entire future as a trader. So here's the crucial reframe. A loss is not a personal failure. Say it again. It's not a failure. It is simply data, information. It's evidence that either there was a flaw in your system or, and this is just as likely, a perfectly good system just experienced one of its normal statistical expected losses. Nothing more, nothing less.
And this really splits the world of trading into two different games. Most people are out there playing a survival game. It's driven by a terrified, emotional mind. But the person who can look at a loss with simple curiosity, the one who sees it as just another piece of data, they're playing a totally different game. They're playing the probability game. And that, my friends, is the only game that actually compounds over the long haul.
All right, we've talked about the psychology and the philosophy. That's all great in theory, but how do you actually do this? How do you make it real? This next part is all about the real work, the work you have to do before you even open a chart.
Now, I really need you to hear this, because this is so important. You could have the most profitable, back-tested, holy grail strategy in the world, And if you put it in the hands of an unexamined mind, it will fail. Every single time. Because that unexamined mind will always abandon the plan the second it feels the pain of a drawdown. It'll move the stop loss, it'll revenge trade, it'll double down, all because raw emotion took over, not the strategy.
So what's the training? Well, it starts with something incredibly simple, but man, it is not easy. Here's the challenge. For the next 90 days, on every single trade you take, I want you to write down one thing. The main emotion you felt the second you clicked the button. Was it fear of missing out? Greed? Anger from a previous loss? Was it just boredom? You have to be brutally honest with yourself.
After 3 months of doing this, you're going to have a data set that is more valuable than any indicator you could ever buy. You're going to see yourself laid bare in your trading results. You'll see clear as day that your biggest losses all happen when you are angry, or that you always cut your winners short when you felt afraid. The thing is, you can't change a pattern you can't see. This makes the pattern visible.
We have covered a lot of ground. We've gone from psychology to stoicism to a practical journaling exercise. I just want to leave you with one final thought, one question to turn that mirror directly on you, right here, right now.
So I want you to think about it. Right now, that very last trade that went against you. Don't think about the setup or the time frame or the indicator. Be honest. What emotion was in the driver's seat when you made that decision? If you can answer that question honestly, you've already started the real work.